Hey YouTube, what is up? It's Rob, testing out some 8-rack. Couple tweaks that I'm kind of testing out now. So you see I drew a Darkblast. I've been testing this as just a one-of. It's my 4th removal card, and so instead of 4 Victim of Nights, this is 3 Victim of Nights and 1 Darkblast. So that'll be interesting to test in this case to see if I'll end up preferring the Darkblast here, if I'm going to feel like I wish it was the Victim of Night / whatever Doomblade. Smother actually is what I was running. So let's see here. Tragic Slip, don't care about Callista Highborn. 2/2, the Duress. Don't really care about too much. I'm going to take the Callista here. I think there's no question. Yeah. So presumably he dumps this. I don't care which card he dumps. I mean, both of them retrace, basically. I mean, I can dredge that, whatever, if I need it. I could have used Darkblast to kill the Callista. You cast it during your upkeep, then you dredge it, play land, and you cast it again. But it feels kind of bad, I guess. It doesn't feel too bad, really, but it works in a pinch anyway. He's got a bunch of lands, which I feel like he's got that Tragic Slip, which I don't care about too much. The Mutavault lives through it. I think I can play the Vault here pretty safely. He didn't have anything that looked threatening at all. And I mean, this puts it, I can, next turn, because he's going to play the lands, obviously he's playing lands out of his hand. Blood Artist. See, now this is, oh, shoot. I guess, no, that's definitely a misplay. I can't, no way around it. That was a total misplay. That thing should be dead. I should have Dark Blasted that thing before the end of his turn, but I had put on my yields. That's one downside of Magic Online. You put on yields for the sake of speeding things up, and it costs. He saves 2 life on that now, so hopefully I don't lose by 2 life. That is not well played by me. I apologize for that, guys. Don't yield when you got instants, especially removal instants. Jeez, it's pretty newbie. My bad. See, that's the reason I'm not pressuring him with this with the Ravens crime play, because he's gladly playing his own playing the lands out of his hand. He's emptying his hand for me. I really don't care. I'll save these 2 lands for Ravens crime. I don't need to dredge. Totally empty the hand. Feels kind of good to do that. Just really only had that Tragic Slip. Don't care about. That's going to be hard to trigger, I think. So I think I'll do it like this. I'll wrench mine him and I'll swing with the Vault. He gets rid of Slip by his own self, so all he has is land. Like a mono black aggro kind of. He's splashing white for something, probably Lingering Souls. Well, definitely Lingering Souls. Darkblast works great against Lingering Souls, by the way. Okay, so let's Raven's Crime. Make that happen. What is that? Ooh, it's a win card for him. That was a nice catch. He feels bad for playing all those lands, but I guess he has no choice. Alrighty. Should be at 15. That wasn't bad. Oh, nice. He just sort of cancels out the 2-for-1 that this thing can be. Yeah, that's a great time to dredge the Darkblast. Can't block. He does block. And maybe you didn't see me dredge the Darkblast. Seems like a win for me. So any land drawn with the Raven's Crime in the graveyard means free discard. Nice. You get extra value, you know, like yeah, you're stuck in top deck mode, but with cards like this and Pack Rat, you get extra value for dead cards. There's just no dead draws. Ooh, I caught something else. Same thing? Yeah, I caught it again. Oh my. He hates that. So far, so good. He should be at 9. He's playing lands. Hooray. It's like basically giving me a free draw. Why did I tap that land? Just to mess with his mind. He's got the Gatekeeper again. I'll just dredge the Darkblast. Same old story. So yeah, in this particular case, it just happened to work out. The card I was testing feels pretty good in there. So this is like I had 3 of them in the side, and so I was thinking, about a 4th in the side. I was like, why don't I put the 4th main deck? I like it so much. Throw it in main. I like it. It's a great card. It hates on weenies, like I mean, obviously weenies, but those stupid mana dorks. It hates on them big time. He's just flailing for turns now. I mean, it makes sense. So Mutavault, alt win condition. I have no need to do anything else other than press my advantage. buys himself an extra turn. Desperately searching for answers. Talk about high value Darkblast. So I guess that's a perfect, this will be a perfect video to upload as a prime example of one option you can do, which I'm doing right now, which is to run as your fourth removal spell instead of that fourth Victim of Night or whatever. You know, try the Darkblast. It's in your sides anyway, or it should be, as at least a 3 of. And the fourth one in main deck, I like it so far. So, I mean, I guess what I'm siding in. 3 more Darkblasts. Pretty much shuts him down completely. Yeah, got him. I mean, it's a little silly, but I don't want to lose anything. I just want more Darkblasts in. So I'll do that. I like the flexibility of the new sideboarding. I do stuff like that sometimes. I just add in like a flush package or something. Kind of like doping the deck one way or another. You don't need many, lands to make this thing work. Some people run, just 20 lands on this. I do run 22, which is like just the edge of what some people are willing to run with this on the high side. But you don't want too many, so I think it's a perfect number. I run 22 because 2 of them are tapped, so that's kind of like if I didn't have those, I might run 20, but that's a keeper, of course. Beautiful. Oh, I don't care about that thing. Or do I? Well, I really don't care about that thing, so definitely take that. I mean, get 2 Darkblasts. He's a long way off from casting this thing. Hello. Definitely kill that now. If I don't draw a land this turn, it's okay. You can chalk it up to me being doped up on Darkblast. Notice I drew 2 of them. That's what I want. I wanted to make sure I got that because it's so good against him. High value card. No, don't need to do that. And see, I can and will play the Lily. And gladly chuck the Darkblast. That's a good hit. But I don't think it's gonna be. He needs to answer. Lil, I got a nice. Yeah, I'm showing a nice hand right now here, because that thing's dead, obviously. Perfect. It just goes to show you. So I have the Nyxathid here. I'm ending. It looks like I'm not gonna play him, but it's also looking like I don't need him at all. So, he's just there. It's great to have as a, oh, by the way, they end up dealing with your Lily or they blow up your racks or something and they start buying themselves some turns or some breathing room. And then this thing freaking hits the deck and they're not prepared for a huge giant beater. Damn. That is a shame. I want to play this and then not +1 Lily. Kind of. He's going to take 5 anyway. Just to get the 6, it's worth it to keep the Nyx. I think. Tell me what you think there. Do you agree with that? I had to play this because to be able to play this, I got kind of screwed on it, on land a little bit, but I have to take that in stride. I have to have been expecting that because the way I doped up my deck with the siding. So that's fine. So I planned for it. It worked out okay anyway. I'm in no real rush to play the Nyx and or do anything. He's not threatening me in any way. I've got multiple threats on deck. I've got a Lily, I've got Rax, I've got Nyx. I mean, yeah. So that's that. Anyway, so if you want to see the list, that's the list. There you go. That's the list. 4 racks. It's 8 rack. Come on, guys. To be running less than 8 racks, how could 1 CC finisher? You want 8 of them. I can't not understand running less than 8. I shave to 7, I guess, if it means so much to you. I also don't see people running. I don't understand people running less than 4 Thoughtseizes. The one thing that we're getting out of our deck is no pain on our land base. We actually have, in most cases, anything other than straight burn, we pretty much have some extra life to spare. We want it. I mean, that when you have that as a resource, you should. I mean, your life total is a resource, just like anything else. In this case, we don't have a lot of other things playing on that resource. This all automatically becomes your premier discard. I mean, any non-land threat, no questions asked, for 2 life, and we're not paying that all that expensive life in our land base like most decks do. That is an advantage of running monocolored decks. And I've been trying to emphasize the fact that there are advantages. And you know what I really think is interesting with this next set coming up, forcing colorless. You know what that really does? In a way, it hates on like tricolor decks, I think, because now colorless is looked at as a almost like its own color, and you don't have room for all 3 colors and colorless, but you do have room for 2 colors and colorless in most cases. And now with 2 colors and colorless, you know what lands start looking really good is those filter lands, because they can provide all colorless out of the box, with no questions asked. You might be needing that in some cases, and they're great lands on their own. The filter lands, I think, are a big win with this colorless change. The filter lands become almost like tri lands. So, just think about that for a bit, guys. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys watching. Please thumbs up and let me know if you want to see more, if you don't want to see more, if you hate my face, or whatever. Appreciate you watching. Later. Bye.